Hello, my name is Begalиева Альмира. I'm from Junior Love Secondary School and I'm from 9th grade. Here comes the question, why do I even want to become an English teacher? Since childhood, it was interesting for me to speak a new language. I fell in love with English. It became my second native language and my love for English grew and I decided to become an English teacher. So, what is exactly a teacher? The teaching profession is one of the most ancient professions on earth. For each person at any stage of his existence, a person is needed who could explain this or that problem, situation or just an event. The first mention of teachers comes from Confucius. He said that the main task of this specialist is the ability to open new knowledge to the student. Over time, the profession has evolved. The first teachers were known in ancient Greece, when one of the first education system was built. From the age of 7, children could go to schools where they studied literacy, arithmetic, music and drawing. So, these are some interesting facts about this profession. To begin with, that the teachers have flexible summers that they can use to travel, learn, spend time with family and friends, and also recharge. So next, science teachers report having higher or equivalent overall job satisfaction compared to other CTM professionals. By studying English, you not only get acquainted with the vocabulary and grammar of the language, but also significantly expand your horizons. Have you ever heard of English being called the language of Shakespeare? Of course, because the playwright contributed to the development of the language. For example, he invented the words torture, manager, and blushing. In total, William Shakespeare enriched the English vocabulary by about 2,000 words. So here's a description of profession. A teacher is a specialist whose activity is aimed at teaching and educating future generations. He or she knows how not only to tell information but to convey it to the listener in such a way that he remembers it, understands it and learns how to apply it in life. Like everything in the world, it changes over time. The profession of a teacher is called the most noble because no matter what subject he teaches, he must direct the feelings and mind of the student to the good, help develop his abilities. This is a success criteria of English teacher. First of all, attitude towards people. So, here is a pros and cons about being an English teacher. First of all, creative work involving constant growth, but on the other side, compliance with learning standards. Every profession has its pluses and minuses, and a profession of English teacher is not an exception. So, you got to deal with do's, benefits and drawbacks. You might ask, where can specialists work? I'll answer you. Foreign language teachers can be employed in schools, colleges, universities, as well as in numerous commercial educational centers offering paid language courses for students of different ages. National schools. And besides it, he or she can work as a tour guide, as an administration at a hotel, as a call center specialist in an international company, and also teaching English to foreigners. So, to summarize all I have said, here is a conclusion. I would like to say that it is important for the teacher to find an approach to each student. The professionalism of the teacher also plays a significant role. One such example is my English teacher. In these lessons, I understand everything. She explains new materials very well. At this time, she approached each student. If someone makes a mistake, she explains what went wrong, then she gives us the opportunity to practice on our own. In addition, if you love pupils and are personally interested in helping them develop, and want to have a job with the prospect of professional growth, then the option of becoming an English teacher can be just right. That is why I have already decided on my future profession and will strive to achieve my dream. So, if my presentation helped you decide to work as an English teacher, I could give you some advice. First, make friends with students, but keep a little distance. Believe in your students, be a professional in your field, and maintain interest in your subject. I think you'll understand the other things, and thank you for your attention. That is my presentation of why I want to become an English teacher.